Hey everyone, today I want to talk about some cursive warm-ups, so let's get right into it. The first one is what I call ripples, and you'll start at the bottom line, go up to the midline, and just create some of these waves. You'll notice that they're slanted, and I recommend doing your warm-ups slanted instead of straight up and down like this. And the reason I recommend doing them slanted is because when we write our letters, we do want to incorporate a slant to it to make the letters look really elegant. So I recommend doing all the warm-ups slanted. After the ripples, you'll want to try some waves. These are just the larger versions of the ripples. And you can do as few or as many as you'd like. Now, when you're doing these waves or ripples, I want you to keep in mind a couple things. Number one, you want to try to maintain the same height all around. In the ripples, you'll see I did a fairly good job of that, but in the waves, you can definitely tell that these are a lot lower in height than the first set. So you want to try to keep them all uniform. Also, pay attention to the slant of each of your peak here, and you want to confirm that they're all going in the same direction, that they're not going to crisscross, and also that the spacing between these lines are even. The third thing you want to look out for when you're doing the ripples are the spaces that might form in between each peak. Now, ideally, you don't want there to be any spaces. So over here in our second set of waves, there's another sort of pulling apart of the lines, and we want them to be nice and tight. Just like this guy, that's great, right? Those are awesome. Okay, so generally you just want them to be evenly spaced, have the same height, be very tight and not sort of sloppy and open at the bottom, and of course maintain a nice slant to them. Okay, the next type of warm-up is what I call hills, and now these are sort of more kind of up and over. Okay, and you can do maybe, 3 or 4 at a time. And again, when you're making these, pay attention to the width of the hills, that they're all the same heights, same slant, that they all look as identical as possible. And then of course the bigger versions, I call the mountains. The bigger versions are always a little bit more challenging, but that's okay. The goal is to just get your wrist and your pen movements just nice and warmed up. 2 more. There's one that I call the loops. Notice how there's a nice distance between the loops, and that's okay as long as the distances are the same, the heights are the same, the size and shape of the loops are the same. That's really your goal. As you get more advanced, and these are a little bit harder for me on the tablet if I'm being honest, but you could do it where the loops are closer together but just barely touching, but not overlapping. Okay, that's really going to give you the practice for fine motor control, and that's really going to help to create these beautiful scripts. Okay, the next one, and really the last warm-up you could try, are basically the upside down versions of the loops. Again, you can have them further apart in the beginning, like so, and then as you get better, you can challenge yourself and make them closer together and have them touch but not overlap. And there you go. Could you do the bigger loops? Of course, right? I mean, like I said, the goal is really just to get your muscles warmed up and get you used to holding the pen in the right position, to have a nice slant for your letters and that kind of thing. Okay, guys, try these out. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the other side.